No, no, no. But it's only with the cask. It's only with it's only with this. So you need one to hear me. Do you hear me? It's on channel 6. Do you hear me? Okay, great. So I don't know if everyone hear me. So it's only on it's on channel 6. I'll give the floor to André Godoy, the director of ABD, who will be the moderator today, and who will open the speech for our two keynotes of the session. Thank you very much, André.
Hello, good morning. Wait a minute, please. Uh, First of all, I'd like to say that it's an honor to be here to moderate this panel. So important topic that we're going to talk about how to finance cities. Uh, we are in a very important moment that we reached almost $2 trillion in the last year to finance climate in general. Are you listening to me? It's okay. And but we have a very difficult situation when we are talking about adaptation. And in Brazil, I would like to say that our focus has been in the last year how to mitigate carbon emissions that come from forests, that come from use of land, and the problem of adaptation. That's our focus in the last years because in this country, differently when compared to another ones, our main emissions does not come from energy and does not come from transportation, come from the use of land. And we have a very huge problem in Brazil and in other middle income countries about adaptation. So that's the reason that this panel is so important with some leaderships here in countries, in institutions, in Brazil, in Europe, in Asia, and in other places. And we have been in touch with IDFC talking about these issues in the last years. So I would like to invite some our speakers. We have some change in the last minute, but first of all, I would like to invite the Vice President of the European Investment Bank, Mr. Ambroise Fayol, and I would like to invite Vera Hodenhoff from she. No, she's not here. Sorry. Okay. No, no, perfect. Please have a seat here with us. Want me to sit or to you choose? So we will have 7 minutes for each to talk a little bit of, and I will have some guiding questions. Afterwards, we have a panel with some speakers to talk about the issues that we are talking. And finally, we have the closing remarks with Constant from, and Pochettino, sorry, with Nicola Picciocchino from AFD and IDFC. Okay, thank you very much. Please, Mr. Ambroise, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the invitation, and I will not need 7 minutes. Many thanks to Nicola for the invitation. I think it's a very important topic, and I would like to convey two messages. One about what we do as the European Investment Bank for cities, and the second is the importance of the City Climate Gap Fund. What we do as EIB for climate, actually, it is one of our key areas of action. we have done last year 20 billion euros of lending for to build cities that are resilient for future generations. So 20 billion is about 20%, a bit more, 20-25% of what we do every year. That is one of the most important priorities of the bank. And it was 80% dedicated to climate action. So this is also something that, I mean, we are among the banks that are not afraid to say we stay the course on climate. And this is something that we see as a priority. So volume is big. Instruments are also interesting because we use a lot of de-risking. And we blend the IB capital with EU and other donor resources to share risks, drive transformation, and attract private investment. That's what we try to do also. This is completely consistent with the MDB reform that has been put in place over the last year to do more coordination, more balance sheet optimization, etc., etc. And the third is we do a lot of capacity building and capacity development. And we try to help local partners' ability to develop bankable urban projects. And we also like to support financial intermediaries in developing suitable financing instruments and green portfolio in urban development. Because when you look at a bank like EIB, I mean, we are a big boat. We are based in Luxembourg. We are not present in the field, more or less. So we need financial intermediaries who have the knowledge of the field, of their clients, especially in dealing with channeling finance efficiently and transferring successful investments across territories. My second point is, and by the way, we have a new climate strategy that has been approved last month, where adaptation is a very important target. So we have decided to double our adaptation volume target for the next 5 years. 30 billion euros between 26 and 30, where we had 15 over the last 5 years. And it's also a sign that we see adaptation, I would say unfortunately, as becoming key to our climate strategy. One word on the climate gap fund. I mean, this is an initiative we have supported from the beginning with the World Bank, with the support of the German government, with the support of GATE in particular, with the support of Luxembourg, and it's incredibly important because when you look at, I mean, 70% of the population lives in cities, and this is becoming more and more a problem in terms of just the capacity to adapt cities to that. And you need to do at the same time adapt the transport policy, the energy policy, the water policy, the wastewater policy. It's very complex. If you want to be successful in doing that, you have to do project preparation, you have to do technical assistance as early as possible, to do feasibility studies, even sometimes pre-feasibility studies, so that you are sure that what you invest is smart investment and climate smart investment, as the word of the communique of the MDB group said here in Belém. And for that, we have put in place this new instrument that is in place since, I think, 2020. And we actually, I mean, if you want to measure the success of the City Climate Gap Fund, there has been 1,000 applications, from cities. It has been a bit more than 100 projects supported, 1.5 billion euros of projects. In Brazil, projects like Salvador, also I heard one other one that we have done in Brazil, that is Palmas. And but but projects everywhere actually, especially in Africa, which to me is also where we see a lot of potential for City Club Fund to help cities to deal with a growing population and also population coming from the landscape. So my big wish is that we continue on this initiative and that we can show that it has a full impact and it helps countries, communities deal in a just way with climate impact. And I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's very important to see how the European Investment Bank is really fostering climate adaptation in Europe and in around the world. We have seen a very huge development of operations in Brazil in the recent years. I would like to congratulate the European Investment Bank. So if you could tell us a little bit more about what's happening in Germany.
Yeah, hello everybody. Happy to be here on this day of cities as well. I'm Heike Henn because there was some confusion. I'm the DG in the German Ministry for Environment and Climate Action. We are thankful for having us here, but also for Brazil in really highlighting the importance of the cities and the subnational levels, because we think this is where the action is possible and necessary in times also where politically maybe sometimes on national level things are not as easy, and also where most of the investment decisions are taken. So it's really a crucial level to engage. We also know the 70% of emissions coming out of cities and the only 10% of climate finance going to cities. So having the EIB, the MDBs, the financial intermediaries engaging here is really key from our perspective. And Ambroise was highlighting all these advantages that MDBs like the EIB have, like capacity building, having really the connection also with programmatic approaches on the national level, but also subnational level, connecting it really to people on the ground, and in those times even a high priority also for innovative different ways of financing, leveraging capital. You were mentioning different instruments, guarantees, so on and so forth. So for us, this is really important. We fully support also the MDB system. We will continue to push for strong climate engagement in all MDBs. We have to be maybe more strategic and tactical about it, but we are in it, and we know that we have a very strong partner also with the EIB. And I think also what we have to keep in mind is that resources are scarce. The landscape is fragmented. Yes, we have a new goal for climate finance, but we are all struggling. EIB is helping us with the new adaptation targets also, but I think we all have to be more systemic and strategic in how we engage. And from the German side, I can say not only the ministry I represent, but the ministry I represented before, development and environment, have been long-standing partners for cities. On the GAP fund you mentioned, but also financing different networks, also on the systemic level or political level. In the Hamburg Sustainability Conference, we were promoting new initiatives for stronger alignment, also to seek how we can strengthen the MDBs, working with cities if we find new ways of direct financing. And also we are we have commissioned a study that looks, although a lot is already happening, what are still key elements that all of us have to be working on. And they have some initial results, that is more systemic approaches are missing, and we have to realign a bit the incentive structures in the system for project preparation facilities. Common standards are are something that we have to work on, and overall really strengthening the ties and the collaboration within our system. And I think we want to be an even better partner for MDBs for the whole financial sector, and at the same time push also for more collaboration in order really to get money out for the best impact as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry, because we had changed in the last mile, so that was the reason. And I would like to invite the other speakers. I'm not sure if Cecilia Guerre is she here?
No,
I don't
she's
think so.
not
I don't
here
think
today.
she's not. So I would like to invite Josh and Ranger. Okay. We have some guiding questions, so that I would like to ask you. That's very important. That's adaptation. First of all, just a minute. First, I would like to ask you about initiatives in the City Climate Finance Gap Fund to foster collaboration, to scale urban climate action, and how can they enhance climate and development impact alongside multilateral partners? And then looking ahead, if you could answer those questions, what are the most important synergies and opportunities for GIZ to strengthen partnerships among development banks and non-financial institutions as you are? And please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, André. I'm very happy to be here, and my dear sweaty colleagues, it's very hot here. This is maybe about the new world. It's all about climate change, I guess. Thank you very much for having GIZ here on stage. GIZ is not a development bank. We are, an organization doing basically capacity development. And this brings us also here because indeed we are actually living in and working in an increasingly complex world and situation that really requires action and integrated solutions. And integration is really key. Acknowledging this, the City Climate Finance Gap Fund is one of several initiatives GIZ's portfolio is working hand in hand with key partners such as the European Investment Bank. And the Gap Fund is my absolute favorite for unlocking urban climate action. Such joint initiatives allow us very much to embed infrastructure investments into a wider range of policy reforms, capacity development, and thus sustainable urban development. And to implement, these kinds of urban climate projects, three aspects are key from our experience. First of all, city needs to move from climate action plans to credible investment pipelines. This is something we are very much have to work on. A second thing I'd like to highlight here is that, to attract capital and financiers' interest, be it public or private, projects need to demonstrate actually a sufficient ticket size And here active support on bundling projects and preparing joint investment is key. And last but not least, scaling urban climate action by leveraging countries' own public and private resources requires a conducive policy, a sound institutional setup, and also adequate financing instrument. And this is now where the link between, technical and financial assistance really comes in. It's really crucial for success, and the GAP fund really is key in supporting early project preparation, and the fund has helped actually to unlock more than 1.5 billion climate finance so far, while supporting a project portfolio of over 100 green investment projects in more than 125 cities, actually. Actually, the recipe for a successful technical and financial cooperation is very much context specific. This is very clear. It needs flexibility also, and it really needs a reliable institutional partnership. And we have seen in our experience that, when we talk about financial and technical assistance, it's really key to do any kind of coupling of bilateral and multilateral aid, and also of technical and financial assistance. And this is really a decisive factor, I must say. Finance alone won't fix it, like it or not. It's the collaboration agreement that really makes the difference. And here, as already it has been said already by Heike Henn from the German Ministry of the Environment and Climate Action, financial intermediaries, they play really a key role in all this. I'm not going into project details. Some have been highlighted. Just highlighting here that the GAP fund is famous for financing pre-feasibility studies that are really paving the way for any kind of further investment. From our side, from GIZ side, we are very much committed to, foster these kind of partnerships among governments, among MDBs, among financial intermediaries, by strengthening the collaboration models we do have at hand. And these collaboration models, they have to be agile, they have to be flexible, and they have to also reflect the local realities. So on a larger scale, to finish my intervention, we are very much working on the local level with partners to align urban climate finance with, long-term national strategies. So the very local and the very national level. National strategies are the NDCs, for instance. And, ultimately, scaling up here in this sense is not only about, expanding programs. It's very much about deepening also and strengthening the capacities of the partner countries, of the local institutions, to deal with the very high ambition and the challenges of, large-scale infrastructure projects. So GIZ remains a very committed partner in all this, an active partner along with the financial institutions to really drive urban climate action with a particular focus nowadays on urban resilience. So thank you very much. Over to you again, Andre. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your perspective is very important because you have a large experience, and that you used to say, money is important, but it's not enough. It's not sufficient. And I think Cecilia has arrived. And welcome, please come with us. Have a seat here. It's a pleasure to have Kaf with us, talking a little bit more about how things are happening in Latin America and the Caribbean. Is it working? Working well. Okay. Cecilia, we were talking about how to finance urban cities in general, and I would like to ask you, as CAFE plays a central role in finance urban development in the whole region, in Latin America and the Caribbean, if you could share your experience, the challenge, and how you are making to make our cities more adapted to this new world that we're talking about, and what lessons you learn and could give us, and how to finance this kind of project. Please. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I appreciate and it's my honor to be here with you and share some of the experience of CAF in Latin America and the Caribbean countries. I would like to explain deeply about our experience in CAF Brazil, in Brazil, because it's a very interesting situation. During the last 5 years, CAF is invest in pipeline of project in biodiversity and adaptive solutions, using nature-based solutions for our clients. But the most important thing is, and the lesson of this is, many of the mayors in the cities, they didn't know absolutely with sure what they want to do or what they can do in their cities. So the importance for us is to accompany all the processes until the first contact with the measures and CAF, and then accompany all the processes and each steps that they can do for access the financial for the country, for example, for the government. So this means a lot of things. First one, the first thing is they need to know what they want to do and what they can do. This is the first step. The second step is what they need for the access the financial from the multilateral banks, for example. They didn't know. Most of them in Brazil, there are 50,572 municipalities that need help. It's not only the 27 capitals. There are a lot of others that need also these financial schemes. So CAF is working a lot with these measures to introduce them how they can get this or access this financial resource. But CAF is also participate as implementation agency for the most important international funds that they can also help the municipalities to do everything that you want to do about adaptation, resilience, increase in their territories, or also to reduce the emission of the gases of the gases of the emission of the gases. So the thing is, what we are as multilaterals, what we are doing to increase the capability of the measures on their teams to improve this capacity to access this financial. It's not only use different mechanisms. For example, blended finance with several participants, or equities, or loans, There are several products of financial products that they can use also, not only loans. So how we can do that is the question. How they can real have a capability to do that. So this is a challenge because we have 32 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. We have 23 countries that are part of CAF, that they are different. Each one are there are necessities, different necessities. So we can help everyone. We need to help everyone. So CAF is the Green Bank for the Latin American of the Caribbean. The last year we make our goal that 41% of all investment in are green. Green means adaptations, actions, mitigation actions, biodiversity actions that we share with the multilaterals, international multilaterals banks. So 2 years before that, we have that goals. We say the last year, the 2023, that we have this goal for the 2026, and we reached this goal 2 years before. So it's interesting because it's not reach this goal, is maintain and improve. So it's very difficult. So thank you for this opportunity to share that.
Thank you, Cecilia. I would like to open for our audience if you want to ask, make any other questions. But I would like to ask, please.
No, I'm not going to ask any question, but I just wanted to show the synergies well before the mayor of Salvador is coming. So, we discussed about the GAP Fund program. On our side, IDFC is hosting a. Sorry. Okay, do you hear me well?
Now it's okay.
I just wanted to highlight some potential synergies that we're trying to reach through a program hosted at IDFC called NUCA. We're working on this program with CAF in Colombia, but with 4 other countries so far, in Mozambique, South Africa. We're working with BNDES and PTSMI in Indonesia. And this program really relates to what the GAP Fund is doing as well, as we're through the national development banks, we're trying to finance feasibility studies at the latest stage of maturity in order to generate a pipeline of bankable urban projects. And as a matter of fact, we'd love to take some of the GAP Fund financed projects where GAP Fund has been doing pre-feasibility studies and eventually bring the last studies in order to lead this project to bankability. So it's as we were having earlier, the representative of the German government, it's a German financed project. We're hoping in the future to open this project to more geographies. And we are, as a matter of fact, just starting to decide with CAF which project we're about to finance in Colombia. So this will be released very soon, normally in the next 2 weeks. And we are starting to finance the first feasibility studies of the program in Indonesia, together with PTSMI on a few intermediary cities, mostly in Java for now. Yeah, I think this is mostly it's regarding Nuka, and we're very hoping to create these synergies with the Gap Fund and to not to spare the resources, really to take some of your project and bringing to later latest phase of bankability. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. If you have any, please.
Thank you very much, everybody. So my name is Keshav. My name is Keshav. I'm from Italy, South Asia, based in India, and I'm supporting a lot of cities in South Asia and Southeast Asia to prepare a project application form for GAF fund. And what I found that there have been a lot of instances. Where there's a lack of capacity, technical understanding and capacity. So of course, through GAF fund, through GIZ, there have been a lot of training and capacity building. But one areas that I really see the potential for leveraging, there are a lot of national level project preparation facility, PPF are there, national level, which is owned and operated and managed by the national government. So which should also contribute and partner with the GAP fund to pull in the projects from the existing pipeline of national level to the regional convening from the GAP fund. So that's my submission from my side. Thank you.
Please. Do you want to comment?
Well, thank you very much for your intervention, and this is exactly what we actually need. I mean, there's a lot of external support, but there is so much going on, of course, on the national level, and it's really a sort of a final challenge to bring both worlds closely together in order to, you know, have a smooth process and to find the right entry points and to do, you know, this kind of capacity development for, you know, make things much more sustainable. Because, you know, GIZ doesn't want to stay forever. We like to do our job, and then as soon as, you know, we have the capacities on the ground, we like to leave, yeah, because then it's sustainable. And it's very important to bring in also the national key players and also the national financial resources, obviously. Thank you very much for your intervention. Like it very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
Please.
We're introducing the mayor of Salvador. Oh, sorry. There is a last question before. We get the floor, but you can come and sit here if you want.
I guess I'm also deploying a lot of green hydrogen, solar, and new innovation energies in solutions in developing nations in Africa. I guess my question is around the appetite for risk versus opportunities, and where you would advise entities like myself to sort of focus on our application and how we sort of close that gap on your appetite for risk versus opportunity.
Please, if you could ask to, and I'd like to invite the mayor of Salvador, one of the most important cities in Brazil, please. Bruno Reis. Thank you.
Well, good morning, people. Cecilia, my question is going for you. I would like to say it's pretty much heard there is people to support small people. I'm mayor of a small city on Rio Grande do Sul. There is 25,000 people there, so we suffered too much with flood, too much. Last year was like a mess. So you are rebuilding the city, you know, so we need a lot of investment there, so to change some part of the city from the way there was. So we need a lot of investment there. So the point is, the interest rates is too high here in Brazil. I don't know why. For the municipality, you know, it's too high. So that's avoid. I mean, myself, you know, to take some loan for a long term, because gonna pay too much interest, you know. So I don't know how it works. How do you help small citizen? To get funds to go read about it, you know. So that's why I'm here in this place, and would like to change with you, you know, some questions after that. So thank you.
I will give a space just to ask and you, and afterwards I'll give the floor to the mayor of Salvador, Bruno Reis.
First is them. I would like to respond your questions in Portuguese. May I? Yeah. Bom, nós estivemos perto da situação que aconteceu o ano passado na região sul. E nós estamos apoiando o município de Porto Alegre e o município de Caxias. E nesse contexto, das coisas que nós conseguimos fazer nesse momento foi, dado que o investimento era um investimento categorizado como de adaptação climática, teve uma redução de taxas para esse financiamento. Mas a questão é se o município tem realmente a capacidade para poder apresentar cartas consultas. É porque a pergunta foi muito direta. Então, se tem a capacidade de estruturar cartas consulta realmente competitivas para os poucos recursos, ou os muitos recursos, mas as muitas solicitações de outros municípios perante a garantia do governo federal, porque é uma competência, é uma competição muito forte. Então, o que nós estamos fazendo agora, e é muito recente, é acompanhar todo esse processo com as equipes dos municípios para estruturar cartas consulta muito mais adequadas, competitivas. Inclusive, a Cofiex hoje tem um monto de financiamento especificamente para projetos de adaptação, mitigação e meio ambiente, que não compete com o resto dos fundos. Então, é uma questão muito interessante, é uma oportunidade para os municípios de poderem atingir esses recursos de uma maneira muito mais efetiva. Então, esse acompanhamento que a gente faz, inclusive durante a preparação da proposta, é o que faz a diferença. Porque se a gente não faz esse acompanhamento, o município fica perdido realmente. Não porque não saiba o que quer, é porque não sabe como fazer. Então, esse saber fazer, a gente acompanha ou com consultorias, com a equipe própria da CAF. Nós temos no nosso escritório da CAF no Brasil pessoas profissionais. No meu caso, eu dou assessoramento técnico em biodiversidade e clima. Então, eu dou esse assessoramento para a equipe da prefeitura para eles terem muito mais efetividade nessas propostas. E damos o acompanhamento depois. Quando o financiamento é otorgado, quando é aprovado pela CAF, a gente acompanha. As taxas, a gente pode já fazer algumas adequações. É muito mais fácil para um projeto que seja 100% verde atingir essas reduções de taxas do que para um que não é. E mesmo para aprovação da COFIE, também é muito mais fácil para projetos de adaptação, de mitigação e de meio ambiente do que para quem não é. Você tem que fazer um exercício muito aguzado para ser competitivo. Então, nós propomos isso para que os pequenos municípios também possam acessar. E a outra questão é aqueles que não conseguem acessar o financiamento diretamente da CAF, porque tem os critérios que o próprio governo federal coloca. Nós temos banca de segundo piso, por exemplo, o BRDE, os bancos locais, a gente também oferece linhas de financiamento específicas para que eles possam dar essas oportunidades de financiamento para os pequenos municípios. Então, podemos conversar o dia inteiro sobre isso.
Okay. Thank you. Joshin, do you want to make some comment? If not, I will give the floor to the mayor.
Yeah, let me just make a very short intervention here. Two perspectives. Perspective number one is the City Climate Finance Gap Fund is exactly in place in order to get an insight into the risks of a project at a very, very early stage. And the Gap Fund is financing pre-feasibility studies, which nobody else would ever finance. Yeah, but we need this early stage of pre-feasibility to get a rough idea what comes up in terms of risks. Second thing is, as already mentioned, we bring in intermediaries. And one job of the intermediary is really to, assess risks and to manage risks. So that's also a great thing to have such a mechanism within the project cycle to, get a detailed clue about risks and also to mitigate the risks. Because obviously, and for very good reasons, everybody is keen on, having a close eye on risks. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much for your intervention.
Thank you. Oh, now I will give the floor to the mayor of Salvador, Bruno Reis. Salvador, as you know, is the 5th biggest city in Brazil. It's a very important city. And if you could give us like the perspective of how to finance big cities with complex problems, please tell us. Thank you, Bruno.
Bom dia a todos e a todas. Obrigado pelo convite para participar deste painel. A nossa intérprete ali me pediu, prefeito, se puder se concentrar um pouco no texto que foi nos passado, facilitaria nosso trabalho.
Exatamente. Hi, everyone. Just letting you know that I'm going to translate speech of the mayor. So it's not my profession, but I'll try to do my best.
Então me pediram para falar sobre o projeto de requalificação e reurbanização do nosso Parque Socioambiental de Canabrava.
So I'm going to talk about the project of requalification and reurbanization of the Social Environmental Park of Canabrava.
Que era um antigo lixão a céu aberto em um espaço que a gente agora está transformando numa área sustentável de convivência e de recuperação ambiental.
So it was an old open-air landfill that we are going to transform into sustainability, a place that is now a new meaning of the previously degraded areas, and we will return this area to the community.
Então, o apoio técnico que nós recebemos do Gap Fund foi essencial para fortalecer essa iniciativa, trazendo um olhar ainda mais sólido de governança e de planejamento urbano sustentável.
The technical support of the GAP Fund was essential to strengthen this initiative, bringing an even more solid view of governance and sustainable urban planning.
A consultoria contratada pelo Gap Fund nos ajudou a aprimorar o modelo de gestão do parque, desenvolver estudos de viabilidade e propor soluções sustentáveis e integradas, como a implantação da primeira unidade de compostagem descentralizada da cidade e de um horto de mudas da Mata Atlântica, conectando os eixos sociais, ambiental e econômico do projeto.
The consultancy contracted with the support of the GAP Fund helped us to improve the management model of the park. We developed feasibility studies and proposed integrated sustainable solutions, as the implementation of the first decentralized composting unit in the city and seedling garden in the Atlantic Forest, connecting the social, environmental, and economic axis of the project.
Todo o desenvolvimento foi orientado pelas diretrizes do nosso Plano Municipal de Mitigação e Adaptação às Mudanças Climáticas, o PMAC, o que mostra que Salvador já vinha trabalhando com bases técnicas consistentes de planejamento sustentável. O GAP Fund nos ajudou a dar um passo além, estruturando indicadores de sustentabilidade e mecanismos de monitoramento alinhados ao PBANC e aos objetivos do desenvolvimento sustentável.
So all development was guided by the guidelines of our Municipal Plan for Mitigation and Adaptation to Climate Change, PMANC, which shows that Salvador has already been working with consistent technical basis of sustainable planning. The GAP Fund has helped us to take a step forward, structuring sustainability indicators and monitoring mechanisms aligned with the PMANC and the Sustainable Development Goals.
Essa estrutura técnica e metodológica deu mais visibilidade ao projeto e fortaleceu a capacidade da cidade de dialogar com nossos financiadores e parceiros internacionais. Hoje temos uma proposta ainda mais consistente e integrada para acessar novos recursos e transformar boas ideias em ações concretas.
This technical and methodological structure gave more visibility to the project and strengthened the city's capacity to dialogue with our international funders and partners. Today, we have an even more consistent and integrated proposal to access new resources and turn good ideas into concrete actions.
Ao fortalecer o modelo de governança, aprimorar os estudos de viabilidade e estabelecer métricas claras de sustentabilidade, o apoio do Gap Fund ajudou a cidade a construir uma base sólida para dialogar com instituições financeiras e de cooperação, como o Banco Mundial, o CAF e outros parceiros de desenvolvimento.
By strengthening the governance model, improving feasibility studies, and establishing clear sustainability metrics, the support of the GAP Fund helps the city to build a solid basis for dialogue with financial institutions and cooperation, such as the World Bank and other development partners.
O Parque Socioambiental de Canabrava tem o potencial de se tornar um exemplo de como o apoio à preparação de projetos pode aumentar a confiança dos financiadores e abrir novas oportunidades de investimento climático urbano.
The Canabrava Social Environmental Park has the potential to become an example of how project preparation support can increase funders' confidence and open new opportunities for urban climate investment.
Thank you. And I think any other questions from the audience? Please. Thank you very much, Bruno. Muito obrigado. And I would like to invite Nicolas for the closing remarks. And Nicolas is the head of public development banks at the
It's
AFD.
working.
Oh, sorry. And the Secretary General at the IDFC in Brazil. Oh, sorry. Please.
Congrats for... posso falar em português. Parabéns pelo painel. Pensar no sustentabilidade a nível municipal é muito importante. Presença do prefeito Bruno Reis. Eu queria saber do prefeito quais são os planos para Salvador. Eu que não moro mais lá, mas nascido e criado. E eu tenho um pouco de inveja de outras capitais, no que apenas em questão de arborização, né? Eu acho que a gente tem muito potencial para avançar nisso. E eu quero saber se está sendo pensado algum plano para isso, alguma coisa que ele pode já dar de spoiler para a gente, do que pode ser feito num trabalho de, vamos dizer assim, de arborização de Salvador mesmo, né? Eu acho que tem muitos projetos avançando importantes de urbanização e eu acho que isso pode estar acoplado também a uma agenda de arborização da cidade. Então, eu queria saber se ele tem alguma coisa aí para falar sobre o assunto para a gente.
Obrigado pela pergunta.
Just before you answer, so antes do prefeito responder, just let me translate the question so the audience, the other panelists can understand. He was just asking the mayor, what are the plans to get the city more green with more trees? He said that he follows other cities. Do you have the great model? And he is asking about the mayor, what are his plans for the city?
Bom, iniciamos nesse segundo mandato programa de corredores verdes. algo que nós conhecemos em Medellín, que foi um programa implantado lá que reduziu o aquecimento da cidade em quase 2 graus. A gente sabe que as grandes cidades acabam se tornando ilhas de calor e a arborização é fundamental reduzir esse aquecimento para também embelezar ainda mais a cidade, trazer áreas de lazer. Então assumimos o compromisso de, em algumas vias importantes da cidade, o amigo morou lá, deve conhecer na Pituba, Avenida Manuel Dias. Pronto, já iniciamos lá, que estamos implantando quase 200 novas árvores, árvores que nós estamos adquirindo já com um porte elevado, para, através da técnica de replantagem e principalmente com nova adubação e irrigação, potencializar o seu crescimento. Com isso, deixar aquela avenida que é muito bonita ainda melhor para todos nós que moramos e vivemos ali. Esses investimentos só nessa avenida superam a casa de 2 milhões de reais. Tem árvores que a gente está adquirindo por quase 20 mil reais, né, implantando na cidade. Outras avenidas receberão esse programa, Corredores Verdes, além da política municipal já existente, onde nos últimos anos nós já plantamos 130 mil árvores. 80 mil árvores foram plantadas no mandato do ex-prefeito Assemineto e 50 mil já no nosso primeiros 4 anos. A nossa meta é pelo menos mais 50 mil nesse segundo mandato. Então a gente vem investindo muito na arborização da cidade. Foi por essa e outras medidas que semana passada o C40 emitiu um relatório onde a única cidade da América Latina que, junto com apenas outras 10 cidades, portanto só 11 cidades do mundo, reduziram a emissão de CO2 em mais de 30%. E uma dessas cidades foi a nossa cidade de Salvador, que eu sei que comigo tem muito carinho e orgulho.
So just to translate, because it was very long, so I won't recall everything, but there are some plans of green corridors in Salvador. They are already being implemented, under implementation. They are following the example of Medellin, of a city in Colombia, and also they released a C40 report saying that qual o C40? A última coisa que você falou?
O relatório
The report on C40 that they reduce over 30% of CO2 emissions. Only 11 cities in the world, and Salvador is among one of the 11 cities.
Okay, thank you, Bruno. And now I'll give the floor to Nicolas for the closing remarks. And we saw how important is not just the money, but technical assistance. Everybody said something about it, that Iseta, CAF, and the mayor, everybody said that the technical assistance and the development banks are one of the main responsible to connect technical assistance and money and loans. So I'll give, please, Nicolas, tell us a little bit more.
Thank you so much. And first of all, thank you to all the panelists. I think it was a great discussion. And if I had one word to retain, is the importance of collaboration. We have seen here an association of public development banks, multilateral development banks, technical assistance implementers, some mayors here coming there. And if we want to enhance climate finance through local authorities, through municipalities, we need a lot of collaboration between all of those actors. We need this, but we need also to be innovative. And this is why the GAP Fund and also the NUCA program are coming in. We know that the local authorities, they have some financial constraints, but also sometimes lack of expertise in climate finance. So we need to strengthen them. And to strengthen them, we need technical assistance. This is where GIZ comes. And this is where the GAP Fund exists with EIB. This is where NUCA program exists thanks to the Germans. We see a lot of German actually. So thank you so much for the involvement in supporting local authorities.
We need this, and we need also innovative technical and innovative financial tools, such as we talked a lot about resharings with guarantees, concessional financing, and I think this is how we will unlock this local authority financing. And maybe two last words about the importance, and it was said by the mayor of Salvador, the importance of pipeline creation. We need to work on the level of the project, because whatever the amounts and the concessional finance you're going to bring, if you don't have bankable projects, the bank, they will not be able to finance them. So we need to work on this, and we need also, and this was said, and I was super happy that to hear that you were working with Colombia, Mayor, the importance of knowledge sharing and collaboration. The South-South exchange is key for me, and we need to promote this, and I think we have financing. We do that within IDFC. We are launching a coalition on energy, and we will have a collaboration between BNDES and the public development banks in Colombia. So I think we need to foster that. And last but not least, maybe 2 words. The next step. So we discussed a lot about developing tailored financial instruments, also strengthening collaboration, and last but not least, we need to involve more the private sector. But for this, we need to demonstrate that financing municipalities is bankable. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicola. I'd like to thank you all the audience. Oh, sorry, almost. I'd like to thank the audience, thank the panelists, thank IDFC, thank GIZ and CAF. It was a very important moment, a very important opportunity to share and to receive contributions from all you all. Thank you very much.